sense anymore. I'm not a dictionary for houseplants. I don't know very much. I'm learning as I go. Hey everybody, welcome back to Elizabeth Plants. I'm Elizabeth, and today we are going to be talking about my 2020 plant goals. I know I'm really late to the party, but I haven't had time to film this, and I wanted to make sure that I was able to sit down and just kind of talk to you guys. But before we get into my 2020 plant goals, I wanted to address the name change. So if you guys are new, this won't really matter to you. But if you're a returning viewer, you may have noticed that I switched from Houseplant Dictionary to Elizabeth Plants. This is for a couple of reasons. To give you kind of the backstory behind Houseplant Dictionary, I was originally a blog. So when I first started getting into plants, I thought, of course there has to be like a dictionary out there for plants where I can get all of my care information. Like that must exist on the internet, right? And so I Googled it, and there was not a houseplant dictionary that I was able to find. Certainly nothing called a houseplant dictionary. And I already run a blog for bullet journaling called Elizabeth Journals, previously Jiffy Elephant. And I thought, bing idea, I already run a blog, I'm gonna start another one. And this one's gonna be about houseplants, and I'm going to go through the alphabet and just write up a little blog about each houseplant and how you can care for it. And I went gung-ho, and I built the website, and I built the logo, and all of that stuff. And I started doing it, and then I went, bing, another idea. Houseplants on YouTube are becoming more popular. I'm gonna start a YouTube channel, and it'll, work with the blog. And I quickly realized I don't know very much about plants. And it's a lot of work to do all of that research, and I quickly fell out of interest in doing the dictionary. So I stopped doing it. The website no longer is live, and I want to do my videos more frequently. I want to become more regular at the videos because I enjoy the videos more than I did the dictionary entries. And I thought, well, Houseplant Dictionary doesn't really make sense anymore. Oh, cat's playing with the camera. One moment. Houseplant Dictionary just doesn't make sense anymore. I'm not a dictionary for houseplants. I don't know very much. I'm learning as I go. And I'm practicing based on experience more than I am like legit knowledge. I don't have a degree in this stuff. I don't know. And I didn't know what to rename myself. I had recently rebranded my other blog and business to Elizabeth Journals, and so I played with the idea of pairing with that a little bit. And the other day when I was at work, I just thought, Elizabeth Plants. It's simple, it's got my name in it, and it pairs well with Elizabeth Journals. Another thing I decided to change was Twitter. So I don't go on Twitter. I have it for the sake of having it. And I had two Twitters. I had one for Houseplant Dictionary and for Elizabeth Journals. And it was too much. And quite frankly, one of my normal goals for this year is to be better at taking care of myself. And so having two Twitters just wasn't part of that. And so I've combined the Twitters. There's a link in the description. I believe I ended up going with Planner and Plant. So follow the link in the description to double check that. But I'm not super active on Twitter. I'm more active on Instagram, honestly. If you want to connect with me, connect on Instagram. Link in the description as well. That's going to be Elizabeth Plants. But let's get started into the goals. So there isn't going to be a ton of actual plants in this video. I guess I could hold one up if you wanted. I don't know. You can see some in the background. Ha ha ha, plants. But right now I just want to talk about my goals. So I'm not much of a resolution person. I don't really set resolutions in the new year, write them down, track them. I kind of don't care, if that makes sense. I just do my own thing when I decide to do it, as far as goals go. But with the new year, I've seen quite a few plant goal videos, and I thought, that's a great idea. I'm going to do some plant goals for the new year, because I have some. They were just informal before. So I'm going to make them formal. My cat has started playing with toys, so I'm sorry if you can hear them. My first goal is more about this YouTube channel. So my first plant goal for 2020 is to try and make more regular videos. So by regular, I mean like frequency. I'd like to try and do a video a week. However, I am in my last couple of semesters of my graduate degree. I run another business. I don't always have time. So I'm going to try to get a video out each week, but I will probably miss a week or two here and there. And I need you guys to forgive me and connect with me on Instagram or something instead, because it's just not realistic for me to be inflexible about that. But I am going to try to do weekly videos on plants. If you have any ideas, something you want to see, put it in the description below. I have a shipment coming in of plants that I plan on unboxing on camera, and then I will give you updates to my Indonesia plants and repot them on camera. So those are some ideas that I've got going right now. I also would like to do an updated tour. So if you want to see anything else other than those ideas that I've got rumbling around, let me know in the comments. All of my goals, honest, kind of relate to plant care in particular. So I want to be more intentional about caring for my plants. So one of the goals is that I want to water / clean off my plants more frequently. Good morning, kitty. More frequently in the tub. So I'm a lazy plant person. I ain't got time for all of the things all of the time, and that's okay. But I'm not very good at pest prevention and cleaning my plants off. I find that going around with a towel is just not ideal. Sometimes I forget certain plants. Sometimes I get bored or like frustrated, or I knock a plant down in the process and give up. And it's just not realistic for me to go around with a towel and clean off my plants once a month or whatever. So my goal is to take a section of my plants into the tub every time that section needs to be watered. Generally, my plants are all pretty much on the same wavelength, with the exception of some of the more water-loving or like my cactus plants. And so those ones will get watered in between tub settings just with my water filter, or tap water, honestly, depending on the plant. But I'd like to be more intentional about rinsing off my plants in the tub. And I'd like to do, once I kind of get my routine down, do a video on that. And then one related thing is clean and pest prevention. I'd like to be better about preventing pests. So, like every new plant owner, I thought I was invincible. And I started this channel, and I did a salsa garden, and I did all these things, and I was just like using cheap dirt and whatever, and it didn't matter because I'm invincible. I can't have pests. I've never had them before. I am good. Wrong. I had a nasty outbreak of every pest you can think of, and it was primarily probably due to the use of poor dirts, and overwatering, and the fact that I had vegetables and herbs growing, which attracted them quite a bit. And I lost a lot of plants. I ended up getting rid of most of them. I've got a little bit of spider mites here and there that I'm still working with, and I will always have moss gnats. But for the most part, I've gotten rid of either the plants or the pests. And so I'd like to be more intentional about avoiding that in the future, because I don't want to lose half of my collection again to pests. I don't want to lose my entire salsa garden to pests. That's sad, and it sucks. And I lost some pretty awesome plants that I really liked. When I do a tour, you might notice some missing, probably pests. So that's a lesson I learned in 2019, and we are moving forward in 2020 with a solution: pest prevention. I am playing with some different things with pest prevention, and I will do a separate video on how I do pest prevention when I feel more comfortable sharing success. than I currently do. And then another goal is to just learn more. So I thought that like you just figured it out, right? I knew that there were ways you were supposed to take care of plants, but it sounded to me like every plant you just wait till it dries and you water it, blah, 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 whatever. And so I was just kind of flying by the seat of my pants, and I learned another great lesson this year. No, don't do that. Be more intentional about the types of plants that you have and how their care needs are. I have these gigantic floor-to-ceiling windows, and they're beautiful, and I didn't pay attention to the type of light I was getting, and I burnt some of my plants. My giant palm, I've mentioned it before, I burnt in the sunlight. And then I wasn't paying attention to seasonal changes. I live in Michigan. We have all 4 seasons. And in winter, we have central heating, and it blows really dry air everywhere. And I lost a lot of plants because I wasn't paying attention. And I wasn't learning, I guess. Well, now I'm learning. I learned from it. But I wasn't paying attention in the beginning of buying a new plant at how you were supposed to take care of it. I dried up a lot of my calathea. I'm not a huge calathea person, so I'm not super burnt about it. But all of the calathea I currently have are coated in brown tips because I didn't care that they had different needs than everything else. They would be fine. It would work out. No. And then same with a lot of my I don't remember what it's called, like Wellspring or something gardens, purchases that I have a video about. You can go to my channel and find it. I don't have a ton of videos to sift through yet. But I ordered a whole bunch of Alocasia and Colocasia, and they were little. And I had them everywhere and they were doing wonderful. I did a little bit of an update. Most of them were doing phenomenal. And central heating turned on and died. They're just gone. And had I done my research, I would have known that dry air is not good for this particular type of plant. Not really any plant, but particularly a moisture, humidity. My cat's eating a cactus. Let me know in the comments below. Do you have a cat? Does it eat your cactus like it's a snack and not completely pokey and dangerous? Let me know. But yeah, I just want to, when I get a plant, be more intentional about learning about its care needs and then following through, because I lost almost all of those Alocasia, with the exception of, I believe, my zebra. I think that's the only one I still have. So I want to learn my lesson moving forward. I think those are the only goals I have written down. What are your 2020 plant goals? Because maybe we can learn and improve together, and maybe you have some ideas for goals that I didn't think of, because I just want to be better at plants, right? That's what our goals are, is to be better than we were before, to learn from our mistakes. And so if you have any tips that I can try as far as research, where I can find some good information about certain plants, pest prevention, I'm testing some things, and they seem to be working so far. And then any other tips or tricks to cleaning your plants off, because right now I'm just putting everything in the tub, and it seems to be doing the trick. But yeah, and let me know if you have any video ideas. If you want to connect with me, Instagram's a great way to do it. Link in the description. I have a Twitter. You can connect with me there. I probably won't respond right away. I'm not very good at Twitter, but there is a link in the description. Yeah, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. Ring the bell so that you can be informed when I post those videos. And let's just grow in our plant journey together this year. Let's be more intentional about our plants. Let's not just fly by the seat of our pants and whatever. And let's do this together. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.